I've been thinking a lot about how we want the big changes in our life, but we're not willing to break it down and create new habits that will actually get us to these goals. We're comparing ourselves with this ideal picture we have. We do the vision boards at the beginning of the year. We are motivated. We see this one goal we want. We want to be more confident. We want to be richer. We want to make more money. We want to be more fit. We want to be healthy, and maybe want to be a little bit more calmer. We see that, we manifest it. But if we don't accept how we have to change everyday little habits to get to that goal, then it's going to be really, really hard. I thought for myself a lot of times that if I'm going to be skinny, whenever I'm going to be stronger and healthier, that's when I'm going to be happier. But I realized I mostly never got to this point. I never reached that goal because I just hated the way to get there. For myself, I didn't really enjoy the ride. And now I'm at a point in my life where I try to create these new habits, very small, but day by day, I try to adjust little things that make me feel better. Not make me feel better whenever I reach that big goal, but that make me feel better every day. And I know for the topic of fitness, for example, we want to get fitter, we want to get stronger, we want to look stronger. That's a lot of times for people, the aesthetics as well, right? But if we don't, I understand that getting to these big goals, it seems such a struggle and so much hard work to go to the gym and finish the full workout. But I tell you something, just showing up is like the base. And if you're not that hard on yourself, but really appreciate and really acknowledge that you can do with these little steps, that you can get to the big goals, this is so important. Something I definitely had to learn. And I think I stopped myself a lot because I just hated the ride. I just hated the fitness. I just hated eating healthy. That changed because I just found a way of creating these small habits that are also fun, because I'm not just waiting for this great feeling that I get when I reach the big goal, but the everyday changing, the little things, the little habits make it so much more enjoyable. If you have big long-time goals, then it is, for myself, I realized that I want to create something that I enjoy every day. Because just suffering for a year or 6 months can be shorter, it can be 3 months. I can be on a crash diet for 3 months and stop eating. I will lose weight. Will I be happier? Will I be able to maintain that goal? I think we all know the answer for that one, right? So making it more fun for me with the fitness. I'm listening to my favorite music. I try to put out my gym clothes the night before so I have no excuse to go in the morning. It's in my calendar. I have to go, I have to show up. And I have days where I'm struggling, and I have days where it's harder to go out. But when you try to make your life easier and try to do more of the things that are fun, and you add them to the things that are less fun, there is a way to get there. And every day showing up in the gym already gets you closer to your big goal. I want to use some examples. Let's start with fitness. We want this big goal. We want to be toned. We want to be strong. But understanding that the small habits can get us in the right direction, which is if you never move, if you work from home, if you have an office job, if you don't move much during your day, just starting with having a walking routine, walking more during your day, having short workouts, moving in general, being more active and showing up to the gym. Doesn't matter how long your workout is, but creating that habit gets you way better to the goal, rather than having this perfect routine you only do 2 or 3 times and then you never do it again. Another example is if you want to get rich, if you want to make money, understanding how money flow works, or creating an income. It can be a small income, but there is money flow. You exchange your energy and your time with someone that pays you for that. Just understanding the money flow, how to save money, how to make money, how to spend money. Understanding the little things to create this big goal. Another thing for me was feeling more peaceful, feeling more calm, feeling less anxiety, sleeping better. I had this vision of sleeping better for so long, but I did not understand that it takes so much more to that. And little things are like, what is the wind down routine like? What do I do before I go to sleep? What I actually do as the first thing in the morning? Am I instantly on my phone? And yes, I was instantly on my phone, and I did not want to give this up for so long. It changed now because I understood that it's like these little things that can change. I can be on the phone all day long if I wanted to, but not in the first thing in the morning and not before I go to bed. Having not too hard exercise before I go to bed. Having the same time going to bed. And I understand there's people out there that have different shifts when they go to work, and it's a little bit harder. But if you can just take a little bit from that and adjust a little bit, like the screen time, or not to drink too much water, not to eat too late before you go to bed. There's so many little things you can tweak here and there that in the long run will adapt to your lifestyle and get you to the bigger goals you want to. Why do people resist to start small? I found for myself that it might have been a lot of times also the ego, like, oh, I have to step back. I thought I knew it all. I thought I've been there. I thought I've done this before. But starting small is like, ooh, what do other people think about me? Again, this reassurance, like what do other things and how am I affected by that? And not having the results right away. Like I'm doing something, I don't even know if it works. But trusting it, because the small habits will get you to your big goal. As many people, every year for the new year, I had all these big plans and these big ideas and this new year, new me. And I tried to manifest it all and I tried to get there. But the more I tried to have the perfect plan for it, the least I did. It just didn't get me there because I wasn't focusing on what is the basic here? What do I need to understand? If I want to be this fit person, this strong person, what is it that I need to change internal? What are the basics mentally? And then obviously changing the habits to change physically and get stronger and get there. So yeah, understanding how important it is to have these small habits that you can also change every day for whatever your goal is, for your health goal. Is it being stronger, losing weight? Little habits like one goal of me is getting stronger and more hair growth, which I had to understand my iron was 0. And if I'm not gonna take more iron supplements, or if I'm not gonna take them regular, which is such a little habit to take my Ferromax every other day, then I won't get to the big result that I want, this full and thick hair. That is just something I had to understand. It can be something for your career. Where do you want to go? What is your big goal? But what do you have to understand and break it down for that? For a vegan diet, for starting your own YouTube channel. I postponed this idea for so long because I thought I needed this perfect plan. But we're starting today and showing up and having this routine. Okay, I will post every week. What do I have to do? Break it down. What do you need for that? And just start small. It held me back for way too long. And I wasn't posting for many years because I thought I need this perfect plan. Same for you. You don't need this perfect plan. If you just start, if you show up, which is for yourself, which is in the gym, at work, or for your personal growth, wherever you want to go, if you show up with little steps every day, you got to trust yourself that this will bring you to your goal. So if there's anything that you have as a big goal right now, please, if you can resonate to that, I would love to hear about that in the comments. Thank you so much for being here. It really means a lot to me.